Hi, I'm Amy Nelson. Simona asked me to put together a little video about my work, a little bit about what I do and how I work and what to expect when you come to see me. So what I do is a blend of modalities where I bring in my studies with counselling psychology, blended with somatic work, and I also bring in shamanic work. And so how this works is that people could come to me for couples therapy type work, where it's just learning about how to communicate, how to work through problems, how to navigate non-monogamy. Some people come to me for conscious uncoupling work, and that can be quite, it can feel a lot like classic psychology or counseling. And then we can move into a space that's very much about somatic work, and that's very in the body. So that is about what emotions you have trapped in your body, or how to use your body to take yourself from a stuck place into a place that feels safer and more free. This involves breath work, it involves gesturing, making sounds, all sorts of really beautiful things. And then on the shamanic side, it is a blend of deep process work, a lot of journeying, a lot of ceremony work, rituals, and really going deep into who you are as a being. What is your purpose? What is your joy that you're wanting to bring to the world? And these journeys are always very empowering, whether they are in the therapeutic space or in the spiritual space. So that's a little bit about what I do. So when you're coming to see me, you can expect a full range from talk work to getting into the body to, creating ceremony, to getting into ritual, to breath work, and so on. The most important thing is that I work with each client or each couple as a client in a way that feels safe for them, in a way that feels familiar. So if people feel more comfortable in a space where it's talking, we'll stay there. If they feel like they want to get straight into the body and work through that as a channel, we go there. And if people are feeling like their situation might be more of a spiritual crisis, we go in there. And that is a little bit about how I work. A part of my work that I'm really passionate about and that means a lot to me is helping people with their sexual journeys. And these journeys can be, working with sexual problems, issues that arise in their sex lives, issues that arise between people who are relating. But then it can also be working through trauma on your own, working through a journey of wanting to discover your sexual self. So these journeys are really important and a very big part of my work. I feel like they're interconnected with every other aspect of people's lives. When they start to work and find empowerment in the space of their sexuality and feel like they can move their sexual energy, it starts to impact the way that they show up at work or the way they show up as parents. It infiltrates every aspect of your life. And so I find that working with sex as a kind of focal area and then seeing how it spreads out and expands is so beautiful and amazing to witness. And so when I work with sex, it can be from very abstract in conversation, talking about the constructs that we're living under, talking about sexuality, asking questions, and then it can move into a very educational space where it's instructional, where it can be people wanting to learn specific techniques, or how to look out for each other's triggers, and how to work with your partner in the moment, how to work with consent, things like that that are a lot more practical. And then we can work in the space of touch, where sometimes people have gone through difficult experiences and find it hard to be close and intimate with people, and I work with them in that space of creating safety and finding ways forward. And then there are also just sexual journeys of empowerment, starting to feel who you are and wanting to explore how to work with your sexuality on an energetic level, how to have extended orgasms, how to reach altered states of consciousness through sexual practices, and then also just, how to connect with another person energetically, and how to move that energy between you and others. So for me, sexuality is just this vast range of practices that go from very abstract, very practical, to very sensual, very primal, and then it can also lead to a space that's very energetic and very spiritual. And this is why I'm so passionate about working with sex in my practice. Another thing that I work with are sacred ceremonies. These can be for big changes in our lives, like becoming parents or wanting to conceive. These can also be for a divorce, a big break, or even a wedding. There are other types of ceremonies as well, like my Blue Lotus ceremony, which is about marrying the masculine and feminine energies, moving into non-dualism. Also, they work on heart openings, and really work with the heart chakra and the third eye chakra, which is all about deepening your intuition. These ceremonies often lead to deep dream states, and feeling very aligned, kind of aligned within and aligned with one's life. For my clients, I also do private retreats, and these are exclusive, beautiful getaways where I take people on a journey of discovery and deep inquiry and exploration. So these retreats can be for individuals and for people in relationships. One of the options for these retreats is a space that I have in Hout Bay, which is a beautiful cabin in the mountains, surrounded by a forest with a beautiful hot tub. And in this space, you are completely surrounded by nature. And on these journeys, I'll do either a couples retreat or a private journey where you're doing immersive shamanic work. And then I also offer psychedelic journeys in that space. Then I have journeys outside of Cape Town, where it's about an hour and a half drive, and we go away for a few days, where we go on shamanic nature immersion experiences, where we do extended breathwork practices, where we do shamanic ritual and ceremony work. And these are journeys for people who are on a very deep spiritual awakening path, people who are yearning to find themselves and to find their connection with the greater cosmos. So if any of this really appeals to you, or you feel intrigued but you have some questions, you're welcome to book a 15-minute free call with me, where we can chat about any of the aspects that you are curious about in more detail. It was lovely chatting with you, and I hope to meet you soon.